Claude, quit begging for scraps. You've had more than your share already. Oh fine, swim away sulking, see if I care. Oh? What's this? My little human is calling to me again? It's been so long since I've been able to see that darling little face. I wonder what they need me for. Best not wait to find out. Hello there, dear. You were calling to me? Oh? You've made your decision? All right, I can do that. What questions would you like to have answered before you decide? What am I going to do with you if you stay here? That depends on how you behave toward me while you're here. If you'll allow me, I'd like to provide you with protection. I can go fishing for you. I can take care of you while you stay. Only if you're all right with it, that is. If not, I'll leave you be. Let you try to fend for yourself. See how that works out for you. No. No, unless it made you uncomfortable. Nothing you said or did would ever make me want to stop taking care of you. Why? You're the most fun I've had in years. Really, you are. Normally people only float by, barely dead, barely alive. Somewhere in between, really. Nothing I want. And the people who are completely alive, they don't usually stay that way for very long. Not you, though. You called to me. You called out for my help. Sang so beautifully. I want to keep you. For as long as I can. Yes, I would prefer it if you stayed as opposed to trying to swim back. I doubt your body could handle the strain. Even if I carried you, the salt water, it will slowly leach away at your moisture, drain you of every bit of water in your body. You'd become dehydrated. You would die. Yes, I do have the ability to filter the salt out of the water so you could drink it, but that would only help so much, and it would still take a toll on your body. Not to mention if there are storms or if we happen upon any shark feeding frenzies. Plus the temperature of the water. That's certainly a concern of mine. Oh, I'm not concerned about myself, dear. I live in the water. My body can handle the temperature. Humans, on the other hand, even if they get used to the temperature, it's still very cold. You would likely die of hypothermia. No. No, I'm afraid I can't do anything about the temperature of the water. Certain mer people can. We all have different powers, you see. Some of us can bend the water to our will. Others can freeze it. Some can boil it. Some can turn it into a sort of slime. Others, those who are more fortunate than I am, they possess a combination of those abilities. They can do multiple things with the water. I'm afraid I can only bend the water to my will. That includes salt water, fresh water, or any liquid containing water. For example, a beverage that is 1 part water and some part something else. I don't know what it is you humans drink. I could control that, bend it to my will, make it do whatever I wanted, except freeze or boil or turn into slime, that is. Yes, we are able to alter the weather to an extent. Why do you ask? You read somewhere that we're able to control the weather entirely. That is somewhat false. We can only control the weather through charms and incantations. Nothing too extraordinary, really. No, the storms don't really bother us. For us, the storms are simply either something to be feared or something to be enjoyed. Some of us are annoyed by it. Not so different from how you humans react to storms, I assume. I'm sure there are those of you who are afraid of the thunder and the lightning. I'm certain there are those who enjoy it. They like the sound of it. It puts their minds at ease. And some just find the sound to be irritating, keeping them awake at night, making it difficult for them to concentrate. You see? Our two species aren't very different. In terms of behavior, at least. Oh? And why do you doubt that? Because of what I did. What I allowed to happen to the rest of your crew? My dear, are there not humans who cause other humans harm? Who cause other species harm? Do those humans not exist? Death is always useless. At least, in my opinion. It's just a matter of whether or not it's entertaining. Entertainment is a very ill-defined use. You can't exactly say it's useful. However, there are those who would argue that its purpose is quite important. So I say death is useless, as entertaining as it is. Why didn't I save them if death is so useless? They were undone by their own arrogance, their own pride. They thought they could command the seas. They thought nothing could bend or break them. You were the only one willing to toss aside your dignity and ask for help. So I gave it to you. That's why you're still alive. What's wrong? Do you not want to stay with me now? You're still not sure? Why is that? Part of you wants to, but what? What's keeping you from deciding? What if you don't like it here? What if you get lonely? You won't be alone. I'll be here with you. I can introduce you to my kind, although not many live around here. There is a Siren who lives nearby. He's a bit of a brat, but I'm certain he wouldn't dream of hurting you. Once he meets you, learns what you know of our kind, I'm certain he'll be able to see your value. Besides, you've been here quite a while. You're a bit too thin for him to want to eat. What? Did you think sirens drowned humans for fun? They do it for food, you know. They have to survive somehow. There are some who prefer to eat fish, but most of them require something more substantial. You don't really fit that description. From the looks of you, you haven't had much luck in foraging for food. That's where I can help you. I can go fishing for you. Get you all the food you could ever want and more. But only if you stay. If you want me to carry you across the sea, back to land. Food may be scarce in some areas. You may have to go days at a time without eating. Assuming you want to stay afloat, that is. In order to go fishing, I would have to let you go. And if you're too weak to tread water, you would sink all the way to the bottom. You would drown, and your corpse would rot on the seafloor. Is that what you want? Then take my advice. Stay. Let me take care of you. Let me introduce you to my kind. I can protect you. I can care for you. I've never had a chance to do so. I'd really like to give it a try. If at any point you decide you want to go back, I'll take you back. Of course, I promise. I swear on the sea itself. No, we don't have to shake on it. You just have to trust that I'm telling the truth. Even if we shook on it, I'm permitted to break my promise. Oh? You know a siren call to make me bend to your will? Save that for later, dear. There's no need for it right now. Oh, goodness. It seems as if you're a little hungry, dear. Would you like me to find you something to eat? All right. You just sit tight. I'll be back before you know it. I'm so glad you're going to be staying with me. I've had a pet eel, but I've never had a pet human before.